Big up, guys. What's good? What's good? It's your boy, Mark, and MUFC fan. And you know what it is, guys? It's the Midday Rumble where we talk about some of the news, some of what's happening, what's concerning us United fans, and what we think we can do to go forward. The weekend is coming and Premier League is about to be back. Yeah. So excited, guys. Trinidad won last night 3-1. Yeah, I'm enjoying that. Of course, we don't look like we're going to be in the finals for the Nations League, but we still maintain our Group A standing. So I think that's fair to find. We should have won the game previously. We should be on at least 7 points right now. You know what I mean? And it's a tough one, guys. It's a tough one. But Premier League is back. And when it's Premier League, it's Man United. Guys, what are we saying? How are you feeling? I hope you guys are well. It's a midday one. We're going to be talking about some of the issues, some of the news that's been going on. And let's get right into you know what I mean? The big elephant in the room, the legend, one, the only Sir Alex Ferguson. Guys, what is happening? What is really happening, guys? You know what I mean? Details of face-to-face meeting between Radcliffe and Ferguson at OT shared as Man United axes the legend. Big up to Stephanie Griffith in the building. Hope you're well. Hope everything is good with you. It's an interesting story, guys. Let's get right into it and let's talk about it because there's interesting opinions to be had on both sides of the story. You know what I mean? He is not no longer going to be paid for his services or for representing Manchester United. He is still offered the position, as stands without payment as it is because of cost cutting measures. Now, let's get into the story. Let's get more details. And let's see what you guys think about it. Ineos continued cost-cutting program by ending multi-million pound annual commitment to former manager. Manchester United latest cost-cutting measures have seen part owners Ineos end multi-million pound payments to Sir Alex Ferguson for his ambassadorial role at Old Trafford. After retiring in 2013, following 26 years as United manager, Ferguson was kept on with an annual salary as a global club ambassador and club director. In 2014, club accounts showed he received 2.61 million for his ambassadorial role in a commitment which the club continued for more than a decade annually. But Ineos have been poring over the club's finances at a cost-cutting exercise in recent weeks, and the Athletic say that they led it to zoom in on the club's commitment to Ferguson. Legend Sir Alex was regularly seen at the director's box at Old Trafford since he retired in 2013. Ineos co-founder and CEO Radcliffe informed Ferguson the decision in a face-to-face meeting with the 82-year-old at Old Trafford. While key decisions are made by the club's official board, Ferguson has remained a director on United's largely ceremonial football board since retiring. The late Sir Bobby Charlton, former chief executive David Gill, and non-executive director Michael Edelson were also previously members. Ferguson has regularly been seen and sat in the director's box watching games, and now the decision to terminate his salary at the end of the season. Radcliffe is set about cutting club at the club since purchasing his 27.7% stake in United in February. Other former players currently in paid roles at United are reportedly concerned about their own futures in light of the scaling back of club expenditure. Guys, what are your thoughts on this? To be fair, I don't know how I feel in the sense that I don't know if I'm upset and I don't know if I'm okay, but at the same time, I feel like certain measures have been taken and steps for the betterment of Manchester United. And while I honestly hate the fact that Ferguson is no longer going to be paid for being an ambassador to Manchester United, I'm kind of wondering if he's still remaining an ambassador, which is said in the statement. What is his decision on this? Now, there have been some reports that it has been, one of those things where it was amicable, so which means there was an agreement. Maybe Ferguson was not minding giving up that salary. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of money. For me, I might mind. I mean, and Fergie's a legend. Big up to the best. You are welcome, big brother. One love. Hope you're having a great day as well. Big up to you, buddy. Big up to Stephanie. Big up to Kenny Fan TV in the building. Big up to Ineos. 100%. Stephanie Griffith is saying sentimentality in sport prevents growth of new legends. No one is bigger than the club. Saying springs to mind. Sir Matt, Sir Alex, who's next? Steph, you got the quote of the day. Big up to you. I could not have even voiced that any way clearer or better than you have. Thank you for that. Big up to you. Thank you so much for that. Because I guess this is how I feel in the sense that, I mean, he's still going to be an honorary director, in the same regards. He didn't really have much of a say, as was said. He was an honorary member of the board and a director. He was really paid for his ambassadorial services. So which means is he's still going to have a similar role apparently, just without being paid. He doesn't have to now show up and do certain things. He doesn't have to speak to new talent. He can if he chooses to, I guess. I know. I'm waiting to hear what comes out from Sir Alex's camp, how he feels about it. Maybe it's something that he also thought might be the best situation going forward. I mean, he is 82-year old. It's Yeah, guys. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, Stephanie Griffith said it better. Sir Alex is a legend. Sir Matt is a legend. There's gonna be more. You know what I mean? There should be more. It should be a conveyor belt of continuous legends every decade coming out of this club, just like the era. We are a majestic football club, and while we might be disappointed, change is scary, guys. Change is scary. You know what I mean? So, like, the question of the day is really, is it the end of an era, or is it a new dawn? What are your thoughts in the comments, guys? Let me know down below. Let me know what you are thinking, because that's the only way we can move forward. Big up to that. And let's move on, because this one, guys, I don't even know, but I don't think it's 100% spot on. I think it's just subjective and speculation, but this is going to be quite a pill to swallow, guys, because there have been some reports coming in and people are speaking about it. Former Premier League star Paulo Di Canio has claimed that United may loan him out in January. The Dutch attacker joined the Premier League giants this summer, but his performances have been disappointed. You know what I mean? Since scoring in the opening match against Fulham, and the Bologna striker has failed to net, and his lack of goals have caused the Red Devils to suffer. I mean, I think that's a little bit drastic. I think that's a little bit heavy. I think you can't blame him alone for this. I think it's normal. He's adapting to the league, but there's still going to be speculation. The Canio has claimed that the Netherlands international is too slow for the Premier League, and Eric Ten Hag's team could consider loaning him out just after signing him a few months ago. It would be a remarkable move by the Premier League club if that happens, more so than the fact that they are considering the appointment of former Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel if they sack Ten Hag. And this is some reported news, guys. Some people would say, I would loan Zuxi from United. They've been making crazy choices for several years and none of them are working. And some people are saying not even Xerxes. For me, I think the young lad has time. I think he's getting up to speed. He's adapting, and I think he will adapt. He needs to be given time. I don't think he's had enough time or enough games for people to make the conjecture that he's not good enough or he's too slow. I think that's wrong. You know what I mean? Guys, I am disappointed for some of the moments that he has missed chances in front of goal, but this it's these kinds of reports that scare me, guys, because some of these guys act like they were mint every single time they walked out of the pitch. They never had a rut, especially these ex-players like Di Canio. I know he was great, but this guy had moments where he had weeks of shit games. I've seen it myself as a young kid, bro. You know what I mean? I think he's taking too many shots at Joshua right now. And this is why I've been telling the fan base and telling you guys, we need to support these youngsters. We need to show them some love online because some of these people taking shots at these guys, it's long, man, and it's wrong. They shouldn't be doing it like that. Big up to Stephanie coming in, says Andy Cole and Brian Robson are two other ambassadors at present. What happens to them? Well, maybe the ambassador role doesn't cost as much as Ferguson. Let's see how it goes. Remember, I did read in the comments that some other ambassadors, namely those guys, I guess, would also be concerned about their roles in the club. Now, if United were to finish really highly this season, I think these things could change, but this team needs to turn it around. They need to look at some of these reports and take it in and use it as motivation and get themselves up this table, get themselves to the top of the Europa League, as well as defend the FA Cup. If we can do that, maybe they can change a lot of these things. You know what I'm saying? As we know, he's still contracted until the end of the season, and that's when it's formally going to be over. So he's still here for the last ride. Let's see if this motivates these youngsters. Let's see what happens. Salute to you as well, my brother Sosa. Hope you're well. What's good, homie? Big up to Brian Foskett. Exactly. I mean, if you're going to end this at the end of the season, we should not be hearing this until the last 2 weeks of the season. You know what I mean? This shouldn't be happening right now. There's too many things going on with United for these kind of information to be leaking out to the public, to cause more concern, more unrest. And this does not reflect well on any of us, guys. As much as I think they're doing an amazing job this summer, this does not reflect well. Hate to quote Klopp, but how do you sign a player for big money and loan him out? Bro, and I tell man, this is what I said in the summer, guys. I never thought Joshua Zirkzee strikes me as a Ten Hag type striker. Never thought it, right? And I said this, and I said we should get Benjamin Sesko. I'm not saying he's not a good player, but he never struck me as a striker type. Now, the only way I could see this working is if Rashford converts to a striker, and now he is and Hoyland are fighting for that striking role. Zirkzee can now compete maybe with Bruno for the midfield, or maybe go on the wing. He's a big guy. He's got good movements. He's good control on the ball. You know what I mean? I think when he settles down, he's going to be more sharp. So let's see how it goes. Bruno wins again if Zirkzee loaned out. Well, I can't disagree there, Steph. Big up to you, Jim Watkins. What's good, homie? I'm very shocked we asked Sir Alex. The man did more for our club than anybody else. This is not good. While the elephant in that room that steals the club money are the Glazers. Jim, people didn't want Qatar, but they would have never done this. If it's one thing I could say about those guys is they'd have respect for heritage, and they would have respected this in a situation that it would have never been a conversation. Never. Now, the biggest problem for me is this has leaked out in the way it has leaked out. It didn't come out from the club in an opening statement or release or some kind of fanfare, and this is disappointing. This is what's very disappointing. I don't think we do well in having the class that we should have. We are usually a classy club, but we've not been moving too classy. You know what I mean? If Xerxes loaned out, that's his United career over already. Bro, big up to Brian and Jim in the building. Big up to Joe Blackman. What's good, homie? What's good? Greetings to you, Stephanie, says Jim. I hope you have a blessed day as well. Big up. 8 likes, 17 watching. Guys, let's get to Ganacho. Come on, smash those likes for your boy Mark N. Big up to Story. Sir Jim is doing a cleanup. This is the right thing to do. Sir Alex is over 80 and does nothing. He was ruthless himself and should know that it is right. And while I do agree with that in a sense, like I'm not being sentimental about it. Like I think it's kind of like the right decision. I just think that we as fans, coming from the motto, that we are a club with heritage, we are Man United. We should have Man United kind of class. You know what I mean? Story. And regardless if they cut his salary or not, this should not be announced this way. We should get a fanfare from the club that shocks everyone when they announce it. The fact that this has leaked, it makes me feel disappointed. That's how I feel about it. That's disappointed that we didn't get a major statement that said something that briefed us, but it was a media leak. That's what's upsetting me. Not the fact that this happened, to be fair. I'll be honest. You know what I mean? I was on the street, KG stream earlier, and I said, we can be sentimental. And when I heard that it was an amicable situation, then I thought to myself, yeah, well, if he's 82, it's probably the time when he should be relaxing and not being stressed and obliged to have to be somewhere when he could rest. You know what I mean? I would love to see Sir Alex in the stands every single match, home and away day, but let's be honest, guys. Sometimes it's gonna be hard for him. You know what I mean, guys? It's gonna be hard, and we gotta respect that. If we want to cherish Sir Alex, we gotta protect him. Sometimes from himself too. I think it's a good decision. I just didn't. I just feel disappointed that we didn't make this global like a release from United. That's what really upset me. Glazers take money. I would rather pay Ferguson, bro. They own the club. Of course, they take money, bro. That's only normal. You know what I mean? I'm feeling upset, Mark. If our club is finished, this takes the cake. I don't think we're finished, Jim. I don't think it's you see, I don't think it's so bad, but I don't like the manner in which we found out as a fan base from a news leak. I think that's not classy at all. I think they need to do something to rectify this. You know what I mean? But I don't think we're finished, Jim. I honestly think that Sir Alex, as Story said, he was a ruthless guy. I mean, I would know. I kind of try to live by the kind of vibe he used to create as a manager. You know what I mean? And for me, he's a ruthless guy. You know what I mean? So I guess he would be more understanding of the situation than anyone else. Of course, I think respect wise, Sir Jim and Ineos should not have allowed this news to come out before it did, and before they did a major release to brief the fans. That's what I think. Big up to you though, Jim, bro. Yeah, man, bro. Yorkshire Cowboy, what's this about Xerxes? Well, bro, somebody's reporting Paulo Di Canio is talking some trash. In my opinion, I thought it. I do know that there have been some reports that there are concerns about him and his pace in the Premier League. But like I said, like I keep saying to everyone, some of these guys they need to take their time because they just got here. They're not just gonna adapt in a few seconds. You know what I mean? Or a few games. Sometimes it might take a few months. So I'm up for giving the newcomers some time. On to some other news now. Paul Pogba, guys, is back. And guess what? He's going to Marseille, reuniting with MG11, guys. Well, MG10 now, because he's wearing the number 10 at Marseille. But I think this is good for Paul Pogba, guys. You know what I mean? Not to segue so swiftly, but I think it's good for this guy. You know what I mean? He didn't have a great last few years, and I think he didn't really deserve to be banned for 4 years, maybe 6 months or 9 months or something like that. These things happen. You know what I mean? I think he's a good footballer, and he deserves to play football. Whether it's not at United or somewhere else, he still deserves to play football. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. The way this get leaks out, Jim, is disrespecting our greatest even legend manager. Such a big shame. This is what's madding me, Jim. This exactly is what has me upset. I'm not upset at anything else, but this, the way this came out, 100%. It is normal to take dividends, bro. It is. Bro, how do you think they get paid? It's a business. You know, shareholders get paid in dividends. Dividends come from profits. It's normal, bro. It happens in every single company in the world, bro. You know what I mean? Other clubs owners take dividends and stuff, but it's not highlighted the way the Glazers do because the Glazers has never put their money into the club. They've always just taken what we have earned, given the club some, and kept some for themselves. So they've never really invested their money. So this is why we are highlighting their dividends. But every single club owner takes dividends, my brother. Every single club owner, bro. No club is run on charity, my brother. Trust what I'm telling you. None of these club owners are running football clubs on charity. And if there are a few, hats off to them. But most of them, they're definitely turning a profit. All the people who work at the football club have to be paid. How many other clubs? All of them, bro. Mark, did you see that story? United's dressing room bugged at Villa Park by a United fan allegedly. So easy nowadays to get info, it seems. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. All these little devices, these guys got to be careful. And did you hear the news about the next season's Premier League? How they're going to try to make it a little more entertaining. They're gonna have mid-game, mid-half pressers, talks with the captains of both teams at halftime. They're gonna have, cameras in the dressing rooms while the players are going through team talks. Probably they're gonna have the cameras muted, or I guess, you know what I mean. It's what is this? Is this the young and the restless, guys? Ja, man, them. We just want to see some football. No one wants to see those things. Who cares? No one. What Ineos could have done is do it quietly and respectfully. 100. Sir Jim, I have to call you Sir Jim because I don't like that other guy. He, I respect him, but yeah, bro, he's a bit gangster. Big up to the guy smashing the lights. He is in the building. I guess we want to keep him here just like I do. I think he needs some time. I think everyone's going to start turning up in the next few games, and we're going to be enjoying all of our players and enjoying our football very soon. That's what I think. JB, I don't think any other club has individual dividends. Don't quote me. Big up to Admiral Drex in the building. What are your thoughts on this situation happening with Sir Alex Ferguson, Drex? I don't know if you heard this entire thing, but yeah, he's no longer gonna be a paid ambassador for the club. Of course, he's still allowed to be a what they call it, a figure, how to put it, a charitable executive director that's still going to be able to access all that he accessed before. He's just not going to be paid. So it's an interesting situation. Interesting. It's very interesting. This cleanup will take some years. People going around in this club with stupid money too long, players and others. To be your real club again is good. Support Ineos. Yo, story. We all agree, bro. What they've done this summer, we all liked it. I think it's very good business. I would be the first to say I'm trusting the process because I think they made good decisions. I think since they decided to move on with the manager, they backed him in the right manner. You know what I mean? They got players out, they got players in, and they did the right thing. I think there's more to come because there's more players I expect to be, leave in January and next summer as well, and more players to come in as well. So for me, yeah, I'm back in the thing. I'm just disappointed in the manner in which this news came out. I think United should have been first to be briefing the world on this and not some media house. You know what I'm saying, bro? So Alex deserves more respect than that. Big up to the Drex in the building. But you all said he was going to be good. Xerxes has played nearly every game. He's had a chance to show us he's shown. Yorkie, bro, let me tell you something, right? Dwight York, as good as he was, when he started in Belgium, right? He wasn't that good, bro. He went through a drought in his first half season or second half of the first season after scoring a few goals. And it's the mentality to keep working. Finally got a breakthrough the following season, and then the rest is history. To Aston Villa, to Man United. Bro, I can tell you, I've heard lots of stories, bro. Dude lives down my street in back in Tobago, so you know what I'm saying. Just saying. Sometimes you got to give players time. It's not 5, 7 games for some players. Sometimes it's 10, 15, maybe even 20 before they actually settle into a club. It could be random. No players are the same. Some of them do it faster. We all hope that's the case for all the players we signed. But in reality, it's not always the case, my buddy. Big up to you, bro. Big up to Sosa. The stone that the builder refused FC. Bro, great to see Pog back. 100%, bro. Great to see him back. We gonna be playing with with you know what I mean. Another buyback clause option for United that I'm been hearing that United have been considering recently. So, bro, I listen. I don't know what we. You know, two things upset me about Manchester United. Right? You see that transfer Alvaro Fernandez out of the club. Marco Rado, I could possibly understand because we had Alvaro, but Alvaro, I never understood. And I could tell you from good sources that Ten Hag actually wanted him. He just wanted him to get more experience, so that's why he was willing to let him go on loan because he couldn't give him game time to give him the development that he think he deserved. You know what I mean? And his form showed that. To be fair, the problem is the deals that we did with Benfica wasn't to our benefit. We supposed to be on loan with no buy option. But Murto and Arnold inserting a buy option, like, bruh, what are you doing? Might as well have just left him at Granada for the entire season. I mean, like, this is crazy. But it happened. Now we trying to buy him back. We're gonna have to pay double the price to get him back that we sold him for. It's whack. It's gonna be the same situation if we decide to bring MG back. That's gonna be weird. Don't know how people are gonna feel about that. All championship sides take dividends. That's what holds these clubs back. Bro, all clubs take dividends. All clubs. That's how their owners get paid for owning the club. You know what I mean? Not all owners just run the club for free. That makes no sense. United have paid over £30 million since his retirement to do nothing. He's been well taken care of. GB, we agree there. I just think the way the news came out was disrespectful. I think he's well taken care of, to be fair, because we definitely know Sir Alex. I mean, think about it. This guy's been earning couple million since before billions were billion. We knew billions were billions. So, like, trust. He's got mad money. The interest on the money he's earned from United and invested. He's a wealthy guy, well taken care of, and that we could appreciate. But the news should have came out through United and not that, man. Forbes says only Man United pay dividends. Well, I mean, United is one of the only clubs on the New York Stock Exchange. That's why Forbes could say that, bro. The other clubs aren't on the stock exchange. They don't have to release their news to the public. You understand what I'm saying, bro? You have to check that out as well. Now you could. I read it, or I read it. I read it because I wanted to check, but that's also one of the reasons why Forbes could say that, because when you're on the New York Stock Exchange, you're a publicly operating company, so you have to display all your things. It's not the same for clubs who are not publicly listed on a stock exchange. Not all clubs are publicly listed, so it doesn't really apply like that. You know what I mean? Like, to be fair, like, think about it, my bro. How do the owners make money for owning the clubs? It's pretty normal. They gotta get paid somehow. Whether you call it dividends or not, they gotta get paid. You know what I mean? I don't see anything wrong with Ineos doing this thing. Nah, bro, I don't think it was wrong either. I just think the news coming out, not from the club as an official statement, was a bit shoddy. Xerxes will bloom 100%. Of course, bro. You can see it. The guy's got talent. He's just looks to me that he's not match sharp yet. Like, the speed, it's different than, you know what I mean? He's got to settle in. He's just moved into his own new house and stuff like 2 weeks ago. Give the guy some time. Give him some more games. big up to Casimir in the building. Drex, what you saying, bro? I ain't seen you in a while. What going on with you? What going on with you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, bro.
What are you saying? Bro, it's been
Chilling.
live, bro. It's been live. But I've been in the comment, I've been in the videos, I've been doing the thing, bro. I've been doing my customary likes, listen, watch when I get the time, you know. It's just been live, bro. And it happens that it coincided with the international break, bro. So yeah, but I should be back in full strength maybe sometime towards the end of the week or by next week. What are you
Big
saying,
up.
people? What are you saying? What are you saying, Mark? How you doing, bro?
I chilling, bro. You see, but look what Jim's saying here. If in your cost cutting, what they really should be doing is making sure in the next round of negotiating player contracts is reduced the wages of players and make them earn their wage. Bro, Jim, spitting fire today, bro.
No,
You drink Rocky Juicer.
shout out to everybody in the chat.
Big up to
Shout
Jim
out
in
to
the
everybody.
building. Yo,
Yeah, for me,
Drex.
I think the Sir Alex thing, right? I know a lot of people saying it's disrespectful. I could understand on the one hand, but on the other hand, someone has to break the news, though. Someone has to break the news. It's not something that you and I would actually we're no flies on the wall that would actually get to hear it. But someone has to break the news. Maybe the outlet with which the news came out is what most people don't like, because recently I see how Fabrizio have been moving a little bit kind of shady. I'm skeptic towards United and something like that when reporting United news. But someone has to break the news. That's the modern day journalism for you. Someone has to break it. And yep, it might not be the way the Ineos are doing it, but you know, some of these things can be lost in translation and all of that. So what
No.
I understand with you guys, but I don't see. I think it's just time to let the man rest, man.
Yeah,
He
I mean,
should
okay,
just let
don't
the
get me
man
wrong, Drex. Like, I think
rest.
it's time for him to have a rest myself. I just think that in the grand scheme of it all,
Mhm.
I just think in the grand scheme of it all, United should be the ones dropping that bomb out
That
there.
bomb,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Yeah,
yeah, more like an
not a
official
not a
club
unofficial. Not,
statement.
it's not even a official aggregator, bro. It's you know what I mean. It's a JLo.
Hmm.
You know what I mean. So it's not like if it come from the club or we just had a meeting, bro.
No,
So
but Mark, if you cast your mind back, sometimes most of our things that have been, let's say, quote unquote, club statement, right? We get to hear the news maybe 2 hours, sometimes even 6 hours before the club would actually do something in terms of a club statement or something like that. So I feel like words just went round and it got to somebody, and you know how it is with this journalism these days. We want to be first, right? So yeah, that I think that's what happened. But with the club, they would definitely make a statement or maybe even do like a tribute or something in a more classier way, right, than what we're
hopefully,
seeing.
I mean, you would hope. I mean, David De Gea didn't get that, buddy. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of really chopping it up right now. I keeping them on the toes.
I know, I know,
Anyways,
I know, I know.
talk Pogba. You hear about Pogba?
Oh yeah,
Let's move on.
let's move. Let me just drop my 2 cents on that one on Pogba thing, right? I wouldn't mind bringing Pogba back. I know a lot of people call him all sort of name. I wouldn't mind bringing Pogba back if he's open to the idea. We'll bring him, but if he's open and the structure sees something in that, the manager sees something in that. If everybody are happy with him coming, but why not? But from one thing I know Pogba would have to do is to a little bit fine tune his kind of his attitude towards how he's going to be received or something like that. But Pogba is the top talent, bro. I think he's still got maybe another 3-4 years in him to play at the highest level. That's my take on
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I mean, like I think what everybody really upset about in terms of Sir Alex was really the fact that the news came out the way it came out. Like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
think everyone is truly mad that the end the contract. To be fair, because he's still retaining most of the perks, still
Mm.
enter the director's box and these things away at
Mm-hmm.
home as normal. So I mean, I think that's it. But next up, interesting debate. I wanted to bring this to the guys because I know a lot of people have been talking about Zidane has been an option, but Emmanuel Petit, I think his assistant or whatever, he's been speaking about Zidane, and Man United told the conditions to consider replacing Eric Ten Hag. So I want to get into the story and discuss it because for me it's a little bit interesting, right? Zinedine Zidane, former France teammate Emmanuel Petit, has discussed the possibility of legendary French figure to take the Man United job. Pressure is increasing on Eric Ten Hag at Old Trafford with his team failing to impress this season so far, which has raised question marks over the Dutchman's future, mostly by the media and by the fans. Man United are currently 14th after 7 games played in the Premier League, and they are desperate to turn their disastrous season around. Well, I wouldn't say it's disastrous, but it's not a good start. Among the managers to be linked with the Old Trafford job, the latest name to be linked with Premier League giants is Newcastle United manager Eddie Howe. It seems like the Dutch manager is losing support of the Man United players after a run of poor results in the Premier League and the Europa League. Well, we haven't lost a game in the Europa League. We've drawn. So it's weird. Petit has shared his thoughts on the possibility of Zidane becoming the next manager and what the former Real manager would need at Old Trafford to consider the job. The former teammate of Zidane claimed that the legendary manager who has won 2 La Liga titles and 3 Champions League titles with Real Madrid, Gareth Bale, Cristiano Ronaldo, and the legendary team that he had, would need assurances over transfers and his job if he decides to take charge of the Red Devils. I'm not sure that he speaks very good English as well, and communication is very important in the dressing room. Honestly, I know a little bit about Zizou, and he needs to get guarantees if he wants to sign over there. Petit was telling. At the moment, the environment at Manchester United for years has not been good. The stability of the bench, the level of the players as well, the expectation of the club is not the same that it used to be. United is still a huge club, but not on the pitch anymore. And Zizou is very conscious and very careful about that. The quality of the players. At the moment, when you look at the team, I'm not convinced at all about the level of some players. If he takes the job at Manchester United, he means he's got solutions. Zidane is one of the best managers in world football at the moment. He's unemployed. Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the Man United hierarchy could turn to him to solve the crisis. Now, Zidane at Manchester United, what would that bring? You know what I mean? He's widely respected in world football and has a successful career as a player and a manager and would earn the respect of the players at the club. Considered as one of the best managers in Champions League history, the French manager could be the man to revive Man United, but they would have to give some assurances, according to his former teammate Petit. And one of those assurances is that he would also need Man United to have signed Jules Koundé. I think that's a little bit of a stretch, but you know what I mean? I don't think it's unfair that, these are the reports coming out from the media. Zidane is a good coach. However, there are 2 negatives to having Zidane come to Manchester United that I would like to discuss before I go into the comments and I let Drex have his say. The things with Zidane that I don't think fans are considering is that after the 3 Champions Leagues and the team broke up, most of the players left with the young players coming through in Real Madrid, he was unable to do anything. He was unable to win the league. He was unable to continue in the Champions League and go past the group stage that season. It was not working out for Zidane, and this is why he retired from Real Madrid. He's only won 2 La Ligas, but he's won 3 Champions League, all with Cristiano Ronaldo and Gareth Bale, that team, that specific team. I know I was on a stream the other day, and this one Real Madrid fan who, well, I mean, I don't know how long he's been watching Real Madrid, but he said Zidane returned and won a 3rd La Liga title, which is not true, as you can see in the report just now. So for me, I would worry about our young players, you know what I mean, because some of them may not be looking like stars now, but you never know. In a year or two, they could blossom into those stars. You know what I mean? That they might even supersede the likes of Garnacho, maybe even Kobe Mainu. There's Dan Gore Jr. in the wings, and I tell you guys, he's like a Scholes regen, but people will believe me when they see him. What are your thoughts on this, Drex? I'm gonna go into the comments
My
and I'll let you
my thought
react it.
my thought is right here. This is my thought. The man couldn't have said it anyway. It's my thought, right? I feel like Zidane would end up taking the Pep Guardiola route. it's not. He wouldn't be a project manager, right? It would be if United are looking to go for a Zidane, or it would take a lot. And I know whilst the hype around whole the Champions League and all that, and he's a great player, right? For the job, the United job, bro. I wouldn't say it's difficult than the Real Madrid one, right? But I feel like
Yeah, he definitely gonna need world class squad, bro. He's definitely gonna
yeah,
need a
yeah.
like
So
500 million spend or
it's
something like
tough.
that.
It's
You
tough
know what I
for him.
mean?
I would for me, if he wants to listen, I tell you, Zidan, don't come here. Stay away.
I mean, he don't speak English though.
I'm not even bothered about the language. I'm
I
just saying
am. How
let the
many how many Man United players speak French?
let the he might come with his own translator. He might come with somebody like that. Right.
Bro,
But I'm just saying for me, Zidan, stay away from United. The ship is a rocky
what's gonna
one.
happen in press conferences, bro?
I know there's a lot of media outlet that will be looking to poke a hole or two.
No
You
one
know,
is gonna do that to him though.
no, they will.
That's
Trust me.
Zidane.
They
No,
will. This ink
Zidane.
they know how to. They know how to find. You know how Ange was their favorite coach
He
when he
is
got
still,
in.
bro. They're not
No,
poking at Ange really, bro.
towards the end of last season, right? They were trying to get him rattled, right? And you could tell they backed off a little bit. But I think if this season doesn't go well for the likes of Ange, they will come back at him, right?
Maybe.
But for
But just
Zidane,
now, bro.
mhm.
Brian, United not bringing Pogba back to United, bro. Pogba is actually going to Marseille.
Oh, we're
I
just
was
talking.
referring to Mason Greenwood.
No, we were
I
just.
just confirming for Brian that now
Oh,
because I
okay,
see he posted in
okay.
chat about it just now. So
No, 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 no,
just
no.
wanted to let him know.
So for
That's
me,
not what we were talking about.
Zidane should just stay away from United. Let United settle. There's a lot of uncertainty at United at the moment. Even for fans, we know we could see it, right? So if the manager is saying things are not stable there, so be it, bro.
All right, guys. Or five. I have like 10 minutes left, guys. If anybody want to come in and just give their opinion on what we've covered in the show so far, welcome to come in and have your say, guys. Big up to Antonio in the building. Give Ten Hag a 5 year contract. I with you,
Why?
bro.
Oh,
Bro,
why?
listen. You know
Roberto,
why,
why?
bro?
Are
Let
you
me
are
tell
you
you why,
trolling?
right? Let me tell you why, right? This is what I would have done, right? It would have silenced the media instantly. And it would have silenced all the players who say, well, bro, we go and get him sacked. He just get a 5 year contract,
No,
bro. He's
Mark,
going
Mark,
nowhere.
Mark.
You know what I mean?
I don't believe players want to get the manager sack. That
I
that
mean, bro,
narrative.
like it's not about that, bro, in the sense that
Okay. Well, I
in
understand in
it's
the grand
more of
scheme of
like
things, yeah.
a sledgehammer, bro. It's like sometimes they
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
need to nail a rule to the wall. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So
Everybody
everybody
gonna
know then
follow.
they need to take their shoes off when
Mm-hmm.
they come into your house, bro, and not
Mm-hmm.
walk through your house
True,
in their
true, true.
shoes. You know what I
True.
mean?
True.
So like it's one of those things, bro. I just think it's just like that. It's just like keeping
Sends
a
a
house
yeah,
rule.
it sends a
Big
big
up to Joe
message.
Blackman. I don't really think he would come here, but if he does, I think we're gonna get relegated. But that's just me. I could be wrong. You know what I mean? Unless we spend 400 million to bring players that he would want, because bro, bro. Big up to Ray Carl Brown in the building. What's good, bro? I don't know how long
Big
you
up.
joined, but
I
we
just joined
spoke
now.
about the Sir Alex situation earlier on
Yes.
at the beginning, where I was saying, for me, I agree with what Jim is saying in the comments completely. You know, we're not mad that this is happening, but we're mad that the leak has happened. The way it happened is kind of disrespectful, and we don't like that because we're supposed to be classy. And he's a legend. We need to respect that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I also talked about, well, some Paulo Di Canio has been running his mouth about Joshua Zirkzee. I know some people also don't think Joshua Zirkzee is it already as a striker. I
Mm.
think some people are just a little bit too soon to judge him. I think he needs a few more games. I think let's just give him 10 more games because I think he needs time to settle still.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then, well, Zidane, the reports. For me,
Well, that's what I called on. That's what I
I'm
jumped on for.
concerned about the youth, and
Yeah. That's the
yeah,
reason why I jumped on. I jumped on for to talk about Zidane, man. Says there is no bloody way that Zidane is going to survive if he take the job at this current time at United because he needs world class players. And we're in United squad at this current time. can we say that we have any world class players? We don't even have a left back that's fit. So you think Zidane's going to come in and do some sort of
Well,
magic pill?
Ray,
Nah.
can I ask you a quick question, brother? Can I ask you a
Yeah,
quick
go
question?
on, go on,
Sorry
go
to
on.
interject. You say we don't have world class players. Do you think so? You
Bro,
really
at this current time, please name. We do not have. We have
don't?
good quality players,
No,
but
but
none of them are world class. I'm not gonna say that.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not gonna. I'm not.
Firstly, I
Yeah,
would say this, right? For me, I feel like some players have been having a bad start to this
yeah,
season,
yeah.
but I think generally their level is of that world class esque.
I don't think so,
Lissandro,
mate. I think.
Bruno,
I
Ray,
think.
you
you know
don't
what I mean?
Ray,
That's just me. That's just
No,
Ray.
me,
I
yeah,
don't class.
Ray.
I don't class Bruno as world class.
No,
Sorry, I don't.
Ray.
Bruno is a very, very, very good player, but
Yeah.
is he a guy that's going to give you 9 out of 10 every game like what world class players do? No,
I mean, when
Rashford is
was
a
the
very
last
good player,
time?
but
And I,
he ain't going to give you a 9 out of 10. He's a
okay,
Okay,
very,
Ray.
very
but bro,
good
look,
player.
consider this,
Even
right?
less, yeah,
Here, why I say this, right? Would you consider De Bruyne a world class player?
yes,
What has he
because
won? For
but he,
outside of Man City, what has he won?
well, this is a different. That's a different
Well,
argument,
that's what I'm
and that's
saying. But for me, it's both. It's not just club football. To be world class, it had to be club and country. That's how
but he
I
does
used to judge
perform.
world class. So if
I
you're
used
not
to.
winning for your country and you're not winning for your club, yeah, for me, you're not really that world class. Because I don't rate Odegaard as world class. I don't rate Haaland as world class. I think he's elite. But Norway is nowhere. They're in League 3 or 2.
Mm.
They're not even in top league in Europe. So until they get Norway to top league, I could never rate the two of them as world class. Because for me, you have in order to be world class, you as a player, no matter where you play, you will be amazing. And Haaland recently started scoring consistently for you know.
No
So
way. But he's still their top. He's still
yeah, because
their
he scored
country's
a
top
bulk of goals
top
recently, bro.
goal scorer.
Ray, check the private chat. I sent you a message. I sent you. I asked you
And
a question, real quick.
he 100 Hag is the man. Attack football. What more do you want? 100%, bro. I mean, like, think about it like this, right? Ever since Benny interviews confirmed my thoughts on these players, there's nothing wrong with the tactics because they implement them during training, but they don't match it on the day. They don't. How is that possible? And this, a lot of people might be mad at this, bro, but thank you for saying this, bro. Thank you for saying this, bro.
Sorry,
Because
boss.
to be fair,
I pressed the wrong button there
oh, that's
when I
okay,
was
bro.
looking
Don't
at.
worry about it, bro. All
Yeah,
good.
as I was saying, I see his chat, but I'm saying I still don't consider United current team the class what Zidane will need to succeed. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying that we don't have bad
True.
players,
It have
but what I'm
players that,
saying,
yeah,
you will need a very, very good. I mean, look at Zidane when he was winning. What did he had at left back? Was it Marcel? You'll need something like
Marcelo.
that. Marcelo, you'll need something like that in United squad. You will need a Modric. You will need a very fit and young Casemiro, a Ronaldo,
Ugarte.
a Bale.
Mark,
You'll need these
Hmm?
type of players
Mark,
for
Ray, hold on a bit. Mark, permit me to stretch this just 1 minute. Permit me to stretch this 1 minute. So, Ray, you're calling names, right? You're calling you will need players like this and that. Can you give us
yes.
present day names that we could fit in our squad now that you think would take Zidane will work with?
Would
Present
work
day
with
name. Yeah.
right
Just one
now.
one
One
minute,
player right
please.
now.
No.
Yeah,
No.
one.
Like create a squad quickly in 1 minute, right? That you think would work with that you think we cannot
What
that we don't have at the
what
moment.
Sudan will win right now with the current squad.
I
Yeah.
With the
don't think
current
he
squad that
would.
we've got.
I
What what
definitely, I agree with
what
Ray on
what
that,
co-
but
what current squad now that you think Zidane
No,
will
no. And my question was, you were naming players, right? I'm saying current players
yes.
right now in the world, right? In the world right now.
Well,
Name
Zidane
the
will need you. We
yeah.
need a Haaland. Zidane will need a Haaland.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely need a Haaland. He'll need a De Bruyne type player, which we don't have.
We
He
have
will need he will need a fantastic left back, which we don't get because none of them are fit. You'll
okay.
need a proper world class goalkeeper
Who?
who doesn't make mistakes, who who's playing in you know I don't really know them off the top of my head, but I know that
Okay,
these are the things that you'll need. These are the
okay.
things that you'll need. But United don't have them at the moment for Zidane
True.
to
I don't
succeed.
think
I'm not
I
saying
don't think
Zidane
we have.
won't
I
succeed.
think we only have a few players that would make a starting lineup for Zidane right now. To be fair, like I
Honest to
think he
God,
need
Mark.
finished
Yeah,
articles. I don't think you
that's what
could.
I'm
I
saying.
don't think we could name any young players a player that Zidane will play,
Mm.
barring. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? They haven't
This is
consistent performances over the last 2 years of scoring like 10, 15 goals if there's an attacker. Because I don't think Hoyland would start. I definitely don't think Xerxes will start. You know what I mean? Just looking at our starting 11, I don't know. Rashford might start based on he's Rashford. I don't know if he would start Ahmad because Ahmad's still in development. You know what I mean? Bro, he might start Ahmad and Ghana. He might start Garnacho and Rashford. People might be going mad. He might play a
those are the only
5-2-2.
two things.
You know what
Those
I
are the only
mean?
two. Those are the only two players I believe right now that Zidane would say, well, yeah, I can do something with
He will
is
start
Rashford.
Bruno. I could tell you he will start Bruno, but it's where he go, how he go and play. You know what I mean? Ball go on. He would probably start Ugarte because Ugarte is the closest thing to Casemiro. So he probably start Ugarte. He know Casemiro, so he might start Casemiro. So that might be another player, and that might be the midfield. You know what I mean? Kobe might not start. You know what I mean? If you look at it, Kobe mightn't start. Then you look at the defense, who you have there, he might start Lissandro. He liked them kind of doggy defenders. He had Ramos. You know what I mean? Ramos was his captain, so he would start him. He might use the lit. You
Mark,
know what I mean?
Mark, can we not just let's just move on? 'Cause this topic would be a topic for another show. Like we could actually, because I have a lot of questions, right? But I don't want to drag this show. Let's just keep it. I like the way Ray is actually going with this, but I
Yeah,
still
but
have questions.
sorry. The question is with this, bro. Everybody who's talked about Ten Hag say he's tactically superb. Even Benny McCarthy, bro. So it's weird that you talk about tactics. I think the problem is the players, bro, the mentality of the players, to be fair. But I only brought up the Zidane situation because it's everybody want to talk about coaches that being linked to the job, and I talk
Mm-hmm.
about two coaches every stream. This is the last coach. But to be fair, we've all spoken to these coaches in the summer. We haven't spoken to them since.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the weird part for me. But
Yes,
I
Mark.
wanted to bring this on before I close the show because it was really interesting. I spoke about this young striker that we bought from Brighton at the beginning of the summer. I think I was the first person to talk about United buying this young female striker. She's 20 years old. Her name is
Mm,
Elizabeth Turan. We bought her from Brighton at a steal of a deal, and she's in red hot form right now for the Reds after scoring a brace this weekend. It's been a long run for United for the last season trying to find a replacement to
Mm-hmm.
Alicia Russo. And to
mhm.
be fair, I wish we had never sold her because she was a brilliant striker, and she went to Arsenal. So we got this youngster in, and she's been scoring in every game she's played so far, capped it off with a brace for Man United to keep her game going and in pure striker fashion. So I just wanted to talk about Elizabeth Turland, guys, our new signing to the Man United women's team, as you see her there. So big up to her, big up to Man United's women team because they are actually winning games right now, while Manchester United aren't. The men's team, well, we aren't
They
doing
need to
that
look at
just
the
yet.
women's team. They need to look at the women's
Uh,
team and
uh, 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 uh,
understand the
I was
mentality
going.
of the
I
players.
was.
Because
I was gonna say
sorry, bro.
that, bro. I was gonna say that, bro.
Yeah, they
Well, the
need to look at
biggest
them.
thing,
Yeah,
the biggest
be-
thing with them and the men's team right now is a different measure of confidence. Like, I mean, the women's team, they haven't really won the league to say, but they've done well in the last 2 seasons. They haven't won the league, but they've done well. Last season they won the FA Cup, so I think that gave them an extra boost. Of course, I think there were some problems with the team last season, especially when I saw them play in the Champions League. They weren't functioning well. And to be fair, guys, I just wanted to say this. They take the piss out of the women's team as referees. The referees take the piss out of them just like they take the piss out of the men's team. Because
mm,
PSG, I don't know if they own the referees in the WSL, guys, but I can tell you this. I've seen PSG get 4 goals disallowed in one game, and let's just say it should have been 4-0, to be fair. But,
mm.
let's move along from the women's team. I think the
Is it
men's
is is
team
it is it that
definitely
is
need
it
to
that
find.
the United brand don't pay certain fee or something like that? Are they boycotting a certain? Because I don't understand the because if they are taking the piece out of the female team and the men's team,
bro.
and bro, there must be something
Bro,
we are not
anybody
doing.
in the chat now interested? Just pull up Man United women versus PSG away in Paris and watch the last 45 minutes of the game. When you see it, let me know. The women's team score a header, right? From in the box from across. The keeper ran out to grab the cross, but the striker was already up in the air heading the ball in before she jumped. The keeper fall long and hold her and roll on the ground, and
And they call
they
it a
say
foul.
it's no goal. The keeper jumped into her, mind you. The keeper jumped into the player. It was clear as day. You naturally see the body action like this, not straight in the air. And the player was already jumped to head the ball. The keeper jumped into her. So if anybody get fouled, it's supposed to be the player, right?
Mm.
Then PSG have this defender. She have a short haircut. She dragged down the United striker. When I say she dragged her down, brother, that she had to go and change her, put on a new shirt.
Good, yeah. No call. Yeah.
No, and I told about this supposed to be a penalty.
Kind of like when
For
how Arsenal drugged down Hoyland last year. Remember that?
worse. The shirt rip. So you can't tell me it wasn't pulled. Were you gonna tell me that the shirt was faulty? Yeah, I mean, but like at the same time, guys, it's interesting. It's interesting. Like it's a lot of things. A lot of things is weird. You know what I mean? And especially with United right now. Even some of the games we didn't actually perform that bad. The ref helped us play worse. If you look at the last
Yes.
game, 5 yellow
Yes.
cards, 4 of those yellow cards for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
First time, it's weird.
Then I thought you were gonna send
No,
somebody off.
there is a fee we are boycotting, and the referee are saying for boycotting that fee,
How
you
does
guys
that
are going to suffer
even make
on the
sense?
bit. There's something United is doing that is pissing them off.
I think this United will. I think Zidane will get relegated with our current squad. But that's just
Nah,
me.
I'm
I've
not
never
digging.
seen
I'm not
him
digging the
do.
chat. I'm not digging the chat where they think that Sudan will be doing very well with our team because as I said, you need finished articles. I'm not saying that we don't got bad, not
So,
players are
so,
not
so,
elite,
so, so, if you
but
people are saying, if this is why I don't want to go into this Zidane topic no more, because if you guys are saying Zidane will need a whole brand new squad to actually take us there, so why is the outrage with Eric Ten Hag at the moment, bro?
because people don't want him there. That's why they don't like
Bro,
him as a manager, and
in my
they think.
opinion,
Sorry,
it's
man.
just what he said.
Let me just.
Good.
They think that we should be doing better, but they're not looking at the squad and analyzing it by the squad um, level.
But I
You
think
know what I mean?
our squad is good, though. Don't you think
Is
so?
I think it's decent. I think a
It's
lot of the squad
decent.
being good is based on sentimentality. To be fair, bro. Because
Okay,
let me be
okay,
honest, bro. Like let's be real.
okay.
The way men criticizing Anthony, why Rashford still here? Let me just start there. The way men criticizing Bruno, why is Rashford and Luke Shaw still here?
Exactly.
Why?
And the man can't keep fit. Luke Shaw can't keep fit.
10 and
We've got
11 seasons, bro. You telling me, man, them didn't give them enough time? I'm being honest, bro. That's sentimentality, bro. Like our squad is decent. Like I think our squad should evolve and get better. We could do better because I mean we have some young players with potential and that unknown factor like Kobe Menu, like Ahmad, like Hoyland, like Xerxes. We even have Ganacho. So this is why I say we could improve. We have Lenny Euro as well. We have Dango Jr. On the bench these days as well. We have Toby Collier. We have Amas. We have talent. We have other players who we know experience. Casemiro, the likes of Ericsson and these guys. Onana, everybody don't know. I don't really rate him that much, but he's our goalkeeper. You know what I mean? I don't think he's a world-class shot stopper or elite shot stopper. I think he's decent. You know, he's good at playing the ball out from the back. Some people like that. Some people don't. That's just me. At the end of the day, the squad is good. A good squad. They have to show it. I mean, at some point in time, people had to be responsible for their performances. We could
Hundred.
exactly.
argue about managers' tactics and managers getting it out on the pitch. It's not the managers have to get it out on the pitch. I think people is forget that the players is who have to express the managers' tactics with their talents. This is why we bought them. It's not the
Exactly.
other way around. You know, and when they tell me a player need motivation, cool. when he look at his badge, he's supposed to be motivated enough to walk out on that pitch because it's Man United. This is not Chelsea. This is not Brentford. This is not 10,000 fans in Bournemouth. This is 72,000 fans week in, week out at home chanting your name. People tuning in from everywhere across the globe, wearing the kits, watching you and cheering for you. So you should be not already motivated by that, in my opinion. I just think at the end of the day, this team needs time and patience. And that's why I think a lot of people might be a little bit mad at me because I'm being optimistic. But I think the team needs time. Whether it's Ten Hag or it's another manager, we're still going to have to give a lot of these players time to develop. And that's this, it doesn't change anything for me. So,
But but that's the honest truth because even if you change Ten Hag, you still probably have the same hiccups. And this is what
uh,
people are not getting. People thinking, oh, we'll change Ten Hag and we suddenly be going on a 10 game winning streak. Maybe not because you still have no left back, you still have injuries, and you still have guys that one day do good and next day don't do good. So this is the problem. What people need to understand. For me, I will wait to see, as what Mark said, I will wait to see the team, the players themselves improve in a good shot, in a good run of games, and then you will say, well, okay, look, the players are playing good. Why is he dropping frigging Rashford for Garnacho and Rashford has scored 10 games? Then you could say, yeah, it's the manager because he's dropping informed players. But I don't believe none of our players are in form at this moment in time. So
true.
it's hard to judge it to say, yeah, it's all the manager.
No,
When
I mean,
yeah,
in my honest opinion, we gotta look at this pragmatically, guys. At the end of the day, we could dislike Ten Hag, but when we look at some of these players in this squad, we gotta remember some of them only joined the team in the last week of August from playing the Euros. Some from Copa America. That's at least 8 or 9 players already who coming in more likely exhausted than match fit. Then we bought 5 players, one injured, well, two now. The one who was actually match fit and ready, who hit the ground running, he's now out for the next 3 weeks, Mazraoui.
exactly.
Euro will probably be back around the same time he is back, right? Which is 3 weeks from now. The other 3 guys that we have, none of them match fit. None of them. Delit didn't have a preseason. He started doing his medicals for warm up in the last week of preseason, while the team was in their last 2 games in Korea. You know, so when I look at it, Ugarte was left out of the team constantly by his coach.
Hmm.
It's like we have to give these players 10, 15 games for them to get up to speed. Like just normal. Like I've never, like ever since I'm a child, I know when we buy new players at United, some of them will hit the ground running. Some might take a few weeks. Some might take half a season. You know what I mean? And it's just normal. And I just look at it like we need to be patient. We got all these good players. We need to give them time. Of course, people will say that international games are at a slower pace than the Premier League. It's not as intense. But then when Ugarte plays for Uruguay, he's ready to play the Premier League. This is why I say, like, the manager said it at the beginning of the season. We're not ready. He never said that we don't want to win anything. He said we want to win everything, but we are not ready for the season to begin because the players weren't all fit and match fit and ready to go. And that's the be all and end all. Now we having a up and down performances, not just based on the team, but some of the players, the levels up one game, they're not there the next game. So we gotta be a little bit open to that and take a little chill pill on it for a little while and be a little bit patient. The red carpet was live. Big up to halftime with Vegeta, bro. Bro, I watched that this morning and I was exhausted myself, bro. I felt like they was just being obsessive about what they was talking about. But at the end of the day, guys, big up to all of you for joining.
Emotional damage.
Hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon. It's been
Yeah.
your boy Mark and MUFC fan, Admiral Drex and Ray Cal Brown in the
Big up, big
building.
up.
Big
Hope you
up, big
guys
up,
have a
man. Big
great
up, Admiral
evening.
Jax. Yep.
I don't know if you guys might have time tonight, but maybe we will come back later and have a discussion. I don't know if you guys want to continue talking about, maybe we'll make the topic about, the squad and How
That
does
was
it
yeah.
improve, and
If you
how do
come
we
live,
improve the
I'll have a
squad?
chat. I'll
How
have a
much
chat. Yeah,
time the squads need? Who needs development from who is ready to go right now? Maybe you should talk about that tonight. Let me know in the comments, guys. If those of you who have not watched the live, let me know in the comments what you think. Big
yeah,
up to
man.
all of you, and guys, please drop a like on the way out. Smash a like. The channel really appreciates it, and it helps us grow immensely. It brings more
Eh,
people into the chat and makes the community bigger. So big up to each and
big
every
up, guys.
one of you.
LT. I would on the later show, right? Please pull up. I would love to hear this again, and I would address a few things about what you just said here. Pull up on the next stream that will be
Yeah.
Mark will be hosting later. I'll be here.
Big up, guys. Catch you guys later. Vegeta, big up to you, my brother. Hope you have a great one. I will see you later. Man United channels right now are Depression City, bro. My channel is always positive, bro. We're not in no depression settings here because
No,
we think things are gonna turn it around.
oh my
This
days.
player talk will piss you off, bro. Well, you better be mad at Wayne Rooney as well, because Wayne Rooney said these players need to show responsibility and perform better, not just for themselves, but for Manchester United. Big up to you
Exactly, man.
guys. Catch you guys later. It's been your
Big up.
boy, Mark Ken.